Whoa! Welcome back, you guys, to Let's Play Danganronpa. That surprised me. I left the gym and now I'm on the 5th floor. What the frick? Yeah, this game just went for and just like don't even know how to explain it. I think this game just lost its shit. Yeah, but as you can see, this whole game is glitching. Help. A little thing there. Weird. Huh? That's weird. This hallway I walked through to get to the gym, but it's clearly different. He's doing too. Trying to confuse us again? I don't know if he's doing it, but he's doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. I'm gonna fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. I can't go in any of these classrooms, huh? Sonia, girlfriend, what's up? This hallway, there's a strange feeling to it, no? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement. Is it just me? Oh, that was a beautiful face you made there, Sonia. I'm sorry. I know this is weird. I'm so, I'm confused and scared and, oh, please don't make me do this. Well, that's the door. The door that I like to forget. I like to forget it all the time. Oh, that, I don't want to go down there. I don't want to go down there. Everything is dark. Everything is scary. Okay. Now let's try down here before we go all the way down there. Okay. Dojo, I guess? I don't want to miss anything, so we'll start down here, I guess. This is a dojo? Strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. About that. Book. What is this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious looking title laying out? Why are you not reading it right now, dude? Why did you just not pick it up and read it? Let's start with history first, class! Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then, what's the first you ask? That depends on the person. So just like I thought, Monokuma made this. This totally explains how suspicious it looks. Okay, I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to get out of here, no matter what it is. History of Hope's Peak Academy with a really cute little anime girl on it. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Should I put on my best cutesy girl voice?
Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can attend. Built to raise hope into the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the only ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy teachers who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't a school for talent, isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well.
Oh? Didn't know that.
However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes that it will not be able to make progress with their search of talent. So they decide to implement a new system. The Reserve Department. Unlike the main department, who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired in place of looking for the Reserve Department. I can't read, I apologize. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy is now available to the talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. I'm sorry, that voice is hard to do a speech in. To create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wishes, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But when they thought of everything that was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident was triggered by the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end.
What the fuck? Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly canceled in the middle of its run. Plus these phrases mentioned in the end of this manga, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. These names are so melodramatic, there's no way these incidents really happened, right? Manga only mentions the names, but don't know the details, but it would just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of that manga. The reserve department. The department was only built to collect money. But I was one of the reserve corps students, right?
That's weird.
Oh, you're here again. Ow! The thing that's weird is you, of course. Huh?
Why'd you forget that you were part of the reserve department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known everything before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that too.
What do you want me to say?
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those reserve corps students. Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself.
Huh?
You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when human experiences trauma, sometimes they erase the memories of what happened.
Yeah, I can actually relate to that.
It happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though.
Are you saying it's my fault that I forgot? That's not it.
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's to be expected of a reserve corps student.
Damn it, what the heck? Okay. Reserve department is okay. This is okay. Lockers here. He's been a traditional block key sticking on. I guess they're for show. Nothing particular. Looks like a clue. Well, there's stuff to look at in here at least. I miss these areas. Cherry blossoms are cool and bloom, and it's a tasteful sight to see a blooming cherry blossom tree inside a dojo. In this situation, it just looks bizarre. Targets. Target seems pretty far away. Production team must have had more time. This could have been a mini game here. Wait, what am I? Whoa! Oh, fourth wall breaking, fantastic. That was actually really, really funny. I approved of that. There's a straw post. I guess it was meant for use for training. That was really funny. I approve of that. Oh dear lord. Okay, so there is more. Okay. No, we're not going into the garden, I guess. I can't believe I still remember so. Hi, Kazuichi. I didn't realize you were here, buddy. This hallway's kind of creepy. I can't go to places I should be able to go. It's like some rule is being enforced with no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. About that, I think. There is an invisible wall, and we just... Oh gosh. Okay, now I have to go down the scary-looking hallway. Oh, okay. Never mind. I guess I'm not going down the scary-looking hallway. Oh, the glitching here is fucking me up big time, buddy. Big time, buddy. Okay, what am I missing if... Oh, what am I missing? I can't go back, I guess. Oh, okay, this room is open then. Okay. That wasn't there before, but alright. I guess I have to move on. Oh, more manga. Hey. There's another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, huh? Wasn't The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in the other manga too? Why is Hope's Peak Academy? That's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it's the trigger for the biggest, most awful event in human history. I read this manga. I'll be able to learn more about that incident. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated, stylized drama depicted in characters solving mysteries. This is what's written here. As the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. Redundant. Thank you. The key player in the event was a student named Izuru Kamakura. We saw that name in the Funhouse, right? Like, I'm not crazy. Izuru was a genius, known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy often used their resources to develop him. Wait, he was created? Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents, wielding superior talent for hope of mankind. The Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such a rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at this academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who is known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for the horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. Really? That's really confusing, though. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, A certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. The student uncovered the mystery of what the Academy did and by making that knowledge public, stoked the fires of the reserve corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they had been treated. And the uprising began, and that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually the incident would lead to the horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The works cited Danganronpa 0. That's a manga, I know. It's like a... Okay, that's interesting. Thank you for citing your sources, at least. That'll come up another day, probably. With a heavy sigh, close the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. What irony! For a genius who known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident? A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. Oh, you should be lucky you're incompetent. It always leads up to something offensive. It seriously pisses me off. But ultimate hope. Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said about was the true meaning of hope. For Izuru, hope simply meant talent. More importantly, as a genius who possessed various talents. I wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, reserve department. Here said the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. What about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I would have no reason to do something like that. I don't know. Anyways, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? Who are the other students that isn't Izuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? I'm assuming Junko? Junko and Makoto? I don't know. This incident's really messed up, but by doing all this, it raises more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. Okay. Alright, let's get out of here then. I'm getting... Okay. Hold on. I am thirsty. I need my lemonade. I also haven't checked my pet in a really fucking long time. It's probably dying. Yep. Hope's despair is just as high as hope. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, buddy. I'll give you a coconut juice. Let's just give Pygmy all the presents. Yeah, let's just give Pygmy all the presents. I really haven't checked it in a while. I feel pretty bad right now. Ooh, the Pygmy. Give the Pygmy the happy. Give it all the hope. Give it all the hope. Give it all the hope. Coconut. Give the all the hope. You are hopeful now. Yay. Okay. Probably not gonna get anywhere with it. Okay, well, what's next? I should probably check around here before I do it. Okay, nope. I would assume it's at the very end of the hall. It's fucking scary. Yep. I knew it. Oh, fucking weird shit, man. This is really messing with my sense of reality here. And there's another manga. What the hell is this room? It's freaking cold in here. Is there a freezer or something? If I just stand still, I might find it freezing to death. Story investing so I can get out of here already. In the manga. Oh my. Another manga just laying around here, and this time the title is This Remorse, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Oh. You know what, this one would obviously be about the incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? What's that incident really about? I might turn out to be something lame about that. I flipped through the pages of the manga and hope that I was right. Creepy face lady. Creepy face lady. Oh, things are swirling and weird. A story about creepily drawn characters who were involved in such a horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque. Yes. Anyways, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with the sentence, "The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger." At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students and people of various races and people of various races and nations began to join in. But the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain anomalies came to light, and it was too late. The end and the means had vanished, and the wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak killed the weaker among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death began to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear, and as the era was regressing to more uncivilized times when the senseless death were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. Oh. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etats began to occur across the world, a war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain, just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress into such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy, a group called the Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of the society and motorcycles, apparently. Key members of society use their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful, influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And as long as the ultimate despair exists, despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. Fuck. My heart was racing in my chest. My body felt ice cold. It wasn't because I'm freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, what's happening to the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happening to them? Hey! Are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this? Oh my, you don't like the manga? A high school student doesn't like manga. It's like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. Enough. What is this messed up manga? I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember, that is such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though, thanks to stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during the period has been completely removed from your brains. This incident really happened, and we actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible. How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real. Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about it to the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world. Bye. I see. So that's how it is. That's what he meant by when he said at the beginning. As the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. One hand, I'm really happy that you're going to graduate. But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you about the outside world, like you feel free, make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. He's trying to make us feel despair towards the outside world, so we'll want to stay on the island. There's no way we're going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. No, that's definitely it. Okay. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is the Ultimate Despair Group? They're devoted to a certain student who guided the Hope's Peak to his destruction. Are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, the organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. They're known as the Ultimate Despair. They're high school students, right? If they're actually able to do it, then I guess I would call them Ultimates. Are the killings that were involved in connected to them as well? It's no use. I'm gonna freeze to death! I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. Oh. And we know Junko is like the main person. Oh, that was close. I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? I am so clueless right now, guys. We're gonna have to go in there eventually, aren't we? back. Okay, yep, it's this room right here. Right? 5B? There we go in here. Oh. Okay, nope. No, I should ignore it. I should just pretend I didn't see him. Hi, Fuyuhiko. Where's our friend? When I went inside this room, that bastard bear was suddenly here. He's glancing at me. I wonder why. It's gonna be shitty either way. So I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that idiot. I don't want to do it either. Fine. Talk to Monokuma.
Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasantly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right?
What are you doing here? Well, there was another thing I need to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga, so you can forgive me for telling you about it from word of mouth. As like a sumo wrestler does like eating Hot Pockets. I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up. What do you need to tell me? It's about the key piece of information you've been waiting for so long for. Surprise! It's about the ultimate despair. Huh? Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days, it was originally a title for a high school girl who had the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. High school girl? Lady Junko Enoshima. Junko Enoshima. As for the former ultimate despair, she created despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the ultimate despairs. There was really only one horrible person in that group. Hold on a sec. I don't know what the ultimate despairs are, but it's not easy to form an organization. There's no way people would just join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl. Humans are so obsessed with their philosophy of having uncanny power to attract others. It's a shared trait that many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it. That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the higher echelons. I don't know what that word is. Higher echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason that the bear became this incident became the tragedy of Host Peak in the first place. I'm getting tired, guys. I'm starting to read weird. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat. And what was their purpose? What? Like I said, what did they cause the incident? It doesn't make any sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they did it without a purpose. It was Junko Enoshima's despair. Huh? For Junko Enoshima, despair isn't about purpose. It's a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima. What are you saying? I'm stuffed plushie. Hajime's a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is someone full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her everything is despair. What the hell? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despair one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than anything. That is the idea of being slammed right into their minds. And so, the ultimate despair who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All the despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Enoshima. So, Nagito was among the ultimate despair because he had her hand. Does that mean the whole class, every one of the ultimates that was on this school trip was actually ultimate despair? Is that what I'm getting out of this? Was Hajime an ultimate despair too? This is weird. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like mothers providing food for her children. They dedicated all despair they could in the name to escape from the despair, all in Junko Enoshima's name. For example, they killed their families, friends, and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. There's no way something as crazy as that is possible. Do you know about the final days of the reserved course students during Host Peak's the tragedy of Host Peak Academy? Blah, blah, blah. Final days? Junko had the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. What do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department? They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed what they needed to do. And so, 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide. Mass suicide? All 2,357 students? Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One person was excluded, huh? Is that me? I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair. Junko Enoshima. It doesn't scare me at all. I mean, Junko Enoshima's already dead. Huh? Okay, that just sealed the deal. That sealed the deal. Fucking, they know. Oh, Fuyuhiko, how did you know? Hey, Fuyuhiko, is that true what you said? Hanashima's really dead? What, you didn't see? There's a book called Manga for Morons Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. Bloody classroom? No way, you said there was about... No, wait, was that about what you said about the killing school life? Oh, yeah. The killings were involved in, they were killings that happened at Host Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her. Yeah, that was it. Killing school life ended up failing in the end. As a result, 6 students who survived managed to escape the academy. For a manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed killing school life was Junko Enoshima. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko Enoshima's dead. Turns out the killing school life was all part of that whole biggest, most awful, most whatever incident. Junko always took away the memories of former students of Host Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Host Peak Academy, and she took their memories. It's just like us. Apparently the whole thing is being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. Surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing? The students of Host Peak Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival. They're trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. Messed up, the plan was stopped. Junko Enoshima failed. Junko lost to the student she placed in her trap after being overcome by the despair she created. She took her own life. Junko is no more. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Junko Enoshima isn't alive anymore. Then, who is our enemy? If Junko Enoshima is already dead, then the rest of the ultimate despair behind this? Are the followers of Junko Enoshima carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. The killings were involved and resemble the killing school life. I don't know who the hell's imitating Junko and making us go through this, but imitation is just that, an imitation. These students from Host Peak Academy stopped the real deal. There's no way we'd lose to some fake. If this is really an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island. They were broadcasting somewhere, just like the surveillance cameras during the killing school life. That makes me wonder. Yeah, who could have... Yeah. It's like, what's going on? Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What, do you have a problem with that? Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it. Oh well, I'll just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that? One step at a time. You're getting closer to clearing my character route. Not making sense again. Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside world and the inside. I'll raise the flag like crazy! Oh boy, but anyways, we're gonna cut the episode off here for now. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Please like, comment, subscribe for more. I do videos like this every other day. Touch you guys, alright. Bye-bye.